Okay, let's just do the goddamn video now, because I'm already walking around. I'm already thinking about all this stuff. So, June 11th, 2026. Been based in Bratislava since May the 1st in a lovely apartment in the city center, the city my ancestors have built. This video is to vlog mostly for myself what it's been like because it's been a lot. So, what was the last thought? I knew I was gonna hit certain limits here when I came here with my personality in this place. I would hit a wall, a certain wall, with my personality, my multiculturalism, and this place. And now I've been, right up against this wall, feeling the texture of it, the warmth, seeing the pile of shit that's right in front of the wall, and seeing a bit of what's behind the walls, a bit of the warmth which you can have inside of the building. And that metaphorically, I'm at the end of these 6 weeks and I'm eager to see what the aftertaste is. I mean, this place is beautiful. This city is like completely a dream in some sense, everything works. It's got soul. The people are easy to get along with. They're real. There's a certain authenticity towards the way that everything fits together. It's not this sort of like try hard energy. Like if you go 1 hour to Vienna, it's like a much more forced society where people are forced to be a certain way, where there's all this sort of tension. Here, there's not that much tension. There's people quietly living their lives and getting on with it. And I really admire that about the society. But the part that I would emphasize is quietly. Because I am a loud motherfucker. Having lived in a very similar culture to this called Serbia, Belgrade, for many years, which is very expressive, a very loud culture, this place is just quiet. Serbia has lots of drama, this place is almost no drama. Drama I'm using, I suppose, in this context in a negative way, but what if it was also a positive drama? You want to see a dramatic film. You want to see a little bit of spice in your life. So what does that mean? Is there spice here? Yeah. Is the flavor muted? Yep. Do the people have it in them to fascinate me? Yep. But only, I found, it's harder to get to know people, and you really have to get them one-on-one in a situation where they open up and show you the immense richness they have inside. Or maybe, previously I came with my band and did my Balkan folk punk concerts, and in that context, it went wild. Similar with Poland, People get a few drinks into them, have some intense music, and then they go wild. So what am I thinking about for my future here? I don't know. I'm going to see what the aftertaste of this month is, and then come back in a few weeks by car, and then explore other places by car. I don't know exactly how that's all going to work yet, but it will involve a car, which I've already reserved the rental for. So basically, yeah. If there is a crisis here, it's a crisis of people believing in themselves. It's a crisis of self-esteem. It's a crisis of feeling they need to repress that which way they have inside in a sort of like ruled by German motherfuckers way. Me descending from the very German motherfuckers who built this city and got driven out in 1946. It's a really interesting thing to see. Me also descending from, other regional bloodlines and a more Eastern Ukrainian bloodline, I feel the soul of these people. I feel the struggle. I feel the just wanting to keep your head down and behave so it's all right sort of thing. But that's not what I learned in Serbia. That's not what has led me to success as an entrepreneur and musician. That's not what gives me this amazing feeling of self-expression that is a core part of who I am. So is this a place where I can be that person and express myself? I'm not sure. Previously, as the singer-songwriter from Belgrade, I was able to. And, I struggled with having my confidence and self-expression become controversial in Toronto in a certain way, And it was only by coming and going from Belgrade that I managed to maintain the force in my personality and the ingredients for making that artistic self-expression meaningful and impactful. Was I able to do that in Toronto at all? So it's all about the social fabric that you're in and how you tend to adapt. Learning the Slovak language, I have learned to adapt to their sort of manner of speaking in a certain way. Speaking quietly. Using few words. Whereas in Serbia, I have to adapt. So here I have to turn down my personality. In Serbia, I have to turn up my personality to get to their level of assertion and self-expression. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, if I go to Vienna, I have to turn up my level of politeness. Because I'm used to the Balkan one. It's all been quite the journey, folks. And I'm gonna let it set in. Flying to Belgrade tomorrow morning. And then 8 nights later, 8 nights in Belgrade, not Belgrade, Shumadia, my place. I don't have a place in Belgrade anymore. And then I'm off to Toronto, Canada for 7 nights. And back to Belgrade, back to Bratislava. Gonna hit different places in July with a car. I think I just might have to make it spontaneous. So, yeah. One thing I'm really fascinated and happy about is that I made friends with an 18-year-old cousin of mine. So my great-grandfather would be his great-great-grandfather, and that shared common and great-grand and his wife too. We're both descendants of those two people. So a quarter of me is an eighth of him in genetic source of the Tech family of Bratislava, which was some sort of Germanic aristocratic family at one point. That's our common ancestor. And I've got a good connection with the guy. And he's coming to Serbia after I come back from Canada, and then I'll drive him back here and see how everything builds here. How many months of a year would Bratislava be good for as a dosage? I don't know. Maybe it's 2 or 3 out of 12 months. Maybe it's only 1. Maybe it's only a couple weeks here and there. But one thing is, I'm pretty grateful that I've got the Slovak citizenship in my pocket now and can come back here at any point, and also have the right to live in about 30 other countries all around. So that's it. We'll see where it fits in the future. I just wanted to update you guys and myself in the future on how this moment felt.